Good day to you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ayman Biodun. Which y'all know, my name is Rose. Call me Rose Banks, and you're watching Rose TV. You know how we do it. Orientating the youths back to back, positively, and that's what we do. Today we have a very educative and informative topic we'll be addressing right in front of me. Well, before I proceed, I would like to introduce our guest to you, Mr. Olopade, a business educationist and a public analyst, to explore more on the topic before us today. Welcome, Mr. Olopade.
Well, thank you very much, the presenter. It's always a pleasure to be here.
It's good to meet you.
Thank you.
The topic right in front of us today says youth empowerment through entrepreneurial development. Yeah, firstly, Mr. Olopade, what can you tell us about entrepreneurship?
Well, thank you very much once again. I also appreciate our viewers at home. When you talk about entrepreneurship, it's always an interest capture topic.
Okay.
It's a topic that needs a very sacrosanct attention.
Okay.
Most especially in Africa
Okay.
and Nigeria, to be precise.
Okay.
See, entrepreneurship is all about being innovative, being creative, being a problem solver, identify a problem, and have the instinct to provide solution to that problem. Entrepreneurship, it's a very needed much in our environment because everyone is an entrepreneur.
Oh yes.
Except if we are able to identify the entrepreneurial spirit in ourselves. For any country to survive and develop,
Okay.
entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial development is very, very important.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard what Mr. Olopade said about entrepreneurship. All right, Mr. Olopade, what can you say about the concept of entrepreneurship?
Thank you. Concept of entrepreneurship is very broad. But for the purpose of our time, we will look at it
Okay.
in a bit. Now, when you say, having defined an entrepreneurship as ability to take risk, to identify a problem within a particular society
Okay.
and provide solution to that problem, you're an entrepreneur. I started an example that let us look at it.
By doing that, by doing what you said right now.
Yes, when in a particular locality, when you identify that there's no water and people are suffering to get water,
All right. Okay.
and you now see, okay, these people don't have water.
Okay.
Then you find means, every possible means to get them water. You supply them water. They will buy from you.
Okay.
Which means they are paying for the risk which you have taken. And you are able to see that problem as your opportunity. Then you will become what? An entrepreneur. So any individual that turn problem into an opportunity to create value
Okay.
by risk taking
Okay.
is an entrepreneur. Now, for you to be an entrepreneur, I've said that you must be very enterprising,
Okay.
very innovative,
Okay.
creative, and you must be a risk taker, not a risk averter.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
When you say a risk averter, I say people don't want to take risk.
Okay.
And in everything in life, risk taking is very, very paramount. And it's essential. Even for you traveling from your bedroom to the sitting room, you have taken
It's a risk.
So, as to be an entrepreneur, you must be a good risk taker. You must be a problem solver.
Okay.
So, entrepreneurship development is very needed in any country to survive, most especially developing countries like Africa. To be specific, Nigeria.
Okay.
We need to drive the entrepreneurial spirit in our youth so as to have sound effective, genuine, incredible, passionate, and commendable economic development of our country.
Thank you, Mr. Olopade. Can you say the youth have adequate entrepreneurship education?
Well, thank you very much. See, education can be formal and informal. When you're talking about entrepreneurial education, it's not about, some people when you say education, people believe it's only when you have gone to school. That is only when you can acquire education. But having forgotten that education can be acquired formally and informally.
Okay.
For you to have adequate entrepreneurship skills
Okay.
or entrepreneurial skills,
Okay.
first and foremost, there must be adequate, effective, and efficient entrepreneurial education, which can be acquired via formal and informal.
Okay.
Formal are the ones that will get outside the school environment. The formal is the one that will get within the school environment.
Okay.
While an informal is the one that will get outside the school
School environment.
environment. But within formal settings,
Okay.
to get an adequate entrepreneurial education, it means every academic institutions, the research has shown that even the entrepreneurship or entrepreneurial courses should be taught, even right from the primary school.
Okay.
That is why in most of the educational system, we need to identify individual skills, individual talents. Rather than, some people are talented in playing football.
Oh, yeah.
Some people are talented in singing. Some people are talented in every other area. So right from the primary school and secondary school, our system should be trained in such a way that the teachers, which are the locus parentis,
All right.
should identify individual, personal, skill, talent, and skill. Then we now tailor an individual into such their area of interest. If you know you are good in singing, train that person towards singing entrepreneurial education.
Okay.
You understand? So if it is informal, you acquire training, like apprenticeship.
Okay.
So you look at, entrepreneurship is a very bigger concept.
It's very wide.
It's very wide. Even when you see, even if you're a professor, and your car develop in mechanical faults,
Okay.
when you are driving,
Okay.
you have to stop and call the mechanic. It means such mechanic have went through an apprenticeship training. That is education
Yeah.
in an informal setting.
Yeah. For you to have called.
In order to solve the problem of that professor. So an individual that can solve problem within their capacity have acquired entrepreneurship education. But is that adequate in Nigeria? That is the question. Is that adequate? Until every institution begin to refine our curriculum,
Okay.
not the curriculum of white collar job mentality,
Okay.
but rather to revive our curriculum to a problem-solving mentality. Look at China. You know what China does? China developed their entrepreneurial spirit in technology.
Okay.
Today you can see them; they are doing well.
Of course.
Virtually every or many numbers of electronic gadgets are made in China. It is because they were able to identify the problem of the world in the 21st century when it comes to technology.
All right.
Technology is evolving. That is why they've developed and deployed their resources, both mentally, intellectually, financially, into that sector.
We all know China.
So,
China has gone a lot.
but in Nigeria, we are not gotten it right yet.
Right in
But
Nigeria.
I pray the policymaker should identify the sacrosanct need to drive our economy through entrepreneurship development.
Thank you, Mr. Olopade. Thank you so much. Before me here is the fourth question. How can we embrace adequate entrepreneurial development in Nigeria?
You can see the presenter. You like to bombard me with questions.
No, I have to.
And where I understand that you are trying to make the discussion very interactive. See, without much ado, for purpose of clarifications, how do we make it effective? I've said it, that let those at the helms of affairs of the state should see the sacrosanct needs as a matter of urgency. The need for reviving, developing, revitalizing, renovating, and inculcating the spirit of that entrepreneurship. Right from the primary school.
Okay.
Even if you don't go to school at all, the bell should be rang on our brain that it is very paramount and important that we should acquire what? Skills.
Okay.
And we should be able to provide solution to any problem within our locality. That is why a popular concept, sorry to digress,
No problem.
Yoruba will say, Ishe, Lo, Ishe.
Okay.
For us, you can see most Nigerian youths, we are wallowing in the pool of abject poverty as a result of unemployment. If you look at the gap between the rate at which we are producing graduates on a yearly basis, compared to the rate of available job, you can see there is a lacuna. And that lacuna, the supply of graduates into the labor market is more than the demand.
Very much more.
Which means we have excessive. And by having those excessive, it means the labor's price becomes so cheap.
Oh.
And when, as the popular saying will say, an idle hand is a devil's workshop. So when the youth are not employed, or they don't have anything doing to earn their living, they will think
Negative.
of other means or negative way of surviving. That is why
That's dangerous.
That is why we have incessant rates of crime in Nigeria. We have bunkerism, terrorism, vandalism, terrorism, kidnapping. Becomes the order of the day and other social crises that can hamper the development of any particular. Let me give you an example. Now, at least, there are high level of insecurity. People are not more safe even when you are driving your private car on the road. You know how people are being kidnapped every day. If you trace for people for an individual to be another person kidnapped, you can see the level of intelligence report they will have.
That's enormous.
That shows that it's as a result. If you trace it, it will be as a result of unemployment. Therefore, our government need to provide enabling environment.
Okay.
A skill-driven environment. Government should provide a skill-driven enabling environment for youth to survive. Nigeria's youth are much more talented. We are known everywhere in the world for being pragmatic, being innovative, and being enterprising in every aspect. Is it football? Is it music? Is it education? Is it social? Is it economy? In every aspect. So the government should try within the capacity to see the need, the urgent need, the sacrosanct need, and much attention to be accorded to entrepreneurial development. There are many agencies of government set up for poverty alleviation, such as NAFOND, such as Bank of Agriculture, such as NDE. They are numerous. Where are they today? You can see these institutions are not working. They are only there on paper. So our government should stop theorizing entrepreneurial policy. Rather, they should be practicalized with the principles, practice of entrepreneurship, so as to normalize our system. By engaging youth through these policies, through empowerment program, funds, assistance, and so on, this will assist them to be able to survive, to be able to
bring for the youth to be productive,
so that this will allow them to exploit their decision maximally, because they are receiving the support. And once we do that, you know what I've done for ourselves?
Okay.
We are exploiting our local production. expanding our local production, by boosting our gross domestic products. The more we do that, the more there will be increase in gross domestic products. And once you have gross domestic product, it means we export more than import.
Okay.
So it talk less of now. We are just a consumption nation. We are consuming.
Okay.
We only consume, but we don't produce.
You don't produce.
And once you don't produce, they are beyond employment. Those countries that are producing, that we are importing from, we are expanding their own capacity. They employ more because they know we will demand more. And by demanding from those countries, you know what our countries said? We are killing, we are increasing the rate of unemployment. But by coming to the country to see the need to boost and increase our export to the ratio of imports. Therefore, we have to locally exploit all our available resources.
Thank you so much, Mr.
We have pragmatic youth. We have individuals in every area.
I know you.
Let them provide a very suitable, workable mechanism that can allow we, as a younger generation, to live and survive and to move out of this incessant and prevalent poverty for economic development and growth.
That's interesting. I know if we have time on us, you are willing to say much more, to enlighten the youths. But for our time here, I will just move on to the last question. Okay. In conclusion, do you have any advice for the youths?
Well, thank you very much. On that last page, as you can see, the youths are the bedrock of development of every nation. We constitute a larger percentage of the entire society. So I just believe that whatever we lay our hands on, we should have that focus. We should have the spirit of I can do. The life, the symbiosis of life is not always smooth, but through hard working, perseverance, focus, vision, and mission. My dear brother, one day, we shall get there. So I implore all our youths to embrace that entrepreneurial skill, to see the need for them to contribute their quota meaningfully to development of our country. Sky, if we are able to do that, sky will not just only be the limit, rather it will be the beginning. So, all our youths, I wish you all the best in every endeavor. And I want us to continue to embrace that spirit of sportsmanship. And I believe at the end of the day, there will be light at the end of the tunnel. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Olopade.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a wonderful man we have here, and he has done more. He has done exploitation on the topic, and I believe the youths can make use of this. Don't forget, you're watching Rose TV.